The 49ers and Chicago Bears play this Sunday at 1:25 at Levi Stadium, both hoping to kind of right the ship to end the year, trying to end the year on a positive note. Chicago Bears, just fresh off of firing Matt Eberflus, have promoted Thomas Brown, who's been previously promoted to offensive play caller, to run the ship. And history shows that whenever you have an interim coach, the players tend to play with a bit more tenacity, motivation, and tend to do really well that first week. While the 49ers are coming off of 2 straight blowout losses, one against the Green Bay Packers, one against the Buffalo Bills, and they're really looking for answers. Many people have used the word rebuild for the 49ers just because they have aging players that are making a lot of money and not showing and proving that they're worth that money. And right now, looking at a 5-7 record, and honestly staring a losing record in the face for the first time in a couple of years. Now, what's going to happen after this game? This game can show a lot for both teams. One, the Bears have played a lot better than what their record shows. In fact, the last 3 weeks, they played playoff caliber teams and have taken them down to the wire. But their record is at 4-8. The 49ers are 5-7, have 3 games that they should have won, but the last 2 weeks have been blown out. They are coming off a 3-game losing streak, hoping to change the course of that. And honestly, get a little bit of help from the rest of the NFC West to where their playoff hopes can still be alive. Now, I think it comes down to a few things, just like most games. It's going to come down to the trenches and game management. And honestly, game management has not been one of Kyle Shanahan's strong suits this year. In fact, he did not call a single play during the preseason, which is just as important for coaches as it is for players. And honestly, there's a lot of questionable decisions because each of those 3 games that they should have won, specifically in division, there were horrible coaching management decisions made in the fourth quarter when they already had a lead that caused them to blow those games. Now, I believe this game's going to be won and lost in the trenches, which unfortunately for the 49ers has been one of their weaker areas. It's always kind of been weak on the offensive line outside of Trent Williams because the 49ers just don't invest there. But the defensive line has been decimated. You look at the past 3 weeks, it's not a coincidence that they're ranked number 31 as far as efficiency on the defense since Nick Bosa has gone out. Nick Bosa has covered a lot of sins on that defensive line. You look at the run defense, they gave up over 100 yards in the first half against the Bills. Right now, the run defense is ranked 15 when historically they've been ranked in the top 5 under this Kyle Shanahan regime. So the question is, are they going to show up this game or are they not going to? Let's just look at the PFF stats for both teams. You look at the pass defense, the Bears own the number 11 ranked pass defense, 49ers are number 4, which means not many teams pass against the 49ers. And the reason why is because the 49ers run defense is pedestrian. And so why pass when the run games, when you can run all day against the 49ers? Now, the opposite side is this is one of the few years where the 49ers secondary is the strongest area on the team. Typically, the 49ers have had the best defensive lines, top 1, 2, or 3 in the entire NFL. You think of back to a Super Bowl run back when they had DeForest Buckner, they had Eric Armstead, they had Dee Ford, they had Nick Bosa as a rookie. Then you fast forward, they got rid of DeForest Buckner, but they had Eric Armstead, and you try to invest and you get Javon Hargrave. You start building from the D-line, but you just are decimated by injury, and honestly, it hasn't been the same. They haven't rebuilt that line the way that they've liked to. They kind of blew on the pick with Javon Kinlaw that didn't pan out. You had a few different free agent pickups this year that didn't pan out, and your run defense has been really pedestrian all year. Ranked 15, which means that is a weak spot. In the trenches is a weak spot for the 49ers, and that's not going to work. Even if you happen to make it into the playoffs, that's a recipe for disaster. Ranked number 15. Now, in total defense, they're top 10, but when it comes to third down conversion, they are at the bottom set of the league, which means they can get offenses to third down, but guess what? They blow it anyway. And so a lot's going to be on the line this game. Now, you look at the pass defense. We talked about the Bears own the 11th ranked pass defense. 49ers are ranked 4. When it comes to the run defense, the Bears have the 25th ranked run defense, which means that's an area the 49ers can attack. Unfortunately for the 49ers, they lost both starting running backs from this year, Christian McCaffrey and Jordan Mason, potentially for the year, which means rookie Isaac Guerendo is going to be getting the start, and he's only started 1 game since the 4th grade. Yes, you heard that right. Since the 4th grade, he's only started 1 game because he was a backup in college, started 1 game, and so you could argue that he's got fresh legs, but he doesn't necessarily have the experience or possibly the wind to be able to carry the load the entire game. So we'll see kind of what the game plan is for Isaac Orendo. He does have that 4.3 speed, but I would assume that the 49ers are going to test the run game because the Bears own the 25th ranked run defense, while the 49ers own the number 7 ranked rushing offense. Now, we'll see if those holes open up. The Bears could challenge the 49ers and just dare them to throw. And honestly, I would do the same thing because the 49ers offensive line is banged up. You have Trent Williams, who's already been rolled out. Aaron Banks, who is questionable because he's still in the concussion protocol. Now, Ben Bartch looked good in Buffalo, but really there wasn't a whole lot of passing opportunities. There was a lot of run plays, so we'll kind of see if he ends up getting the start this week. Everybody knows Colton McKivitz is a joke, and so if I were the Bears, I would be blitzing all day because the 49ers cannot seem to throw the ball when their offensive line is decimated, or even if they're not decimated, they can't figure out a way to protect the quarterback. And so even though the 49ers have the number 8 passing offense, I think it's going to come down to the run game. Can the 49ers run or can they not? Now, for my prediction for the game, there are a few things that I wanted to consider. The Bears have their interim head coach, so they're going to be playing motivated. I think they're going to be flying around the ball. The 49ers are trying to overcome a 2-game losing streak or 3-game losing streak in which the last 2 they were blown out. But I think it's going to come down to a couple of things: game management, but also history. The Bears are 0-5 when playing away, and they're traveling, so they could potentially go 0-6. They are 4-8, 0-5 on the road. The 49ers are 3-3 at home. And so because they're playing at home, I'm going to give them that 3-point spread as to the 49ers, which means my prediction is the 49ers are going to win this game 24-21, just for the fact that they're playing at home. I think if we were playing in Chicago, it would be the other way around. The Bears would beat the 49ers. But because the 49ers are playing at home, because both teams are in similar boats, I think it's going to come down to home field advantage, in this case for the 49ers, and the Bears needing to travel. And the 49ers are going to be able to run against this Bears run defense that ranks 25th. And I think if they stick with the run and then they sprinkle in some play action, which Kyle Shanahan has ranked the lowest in the NFL, I think that'll give them a recipe for success in this game, and they'll win a close one, 24-21, based off a Jake Moody last-minute field goal. And so that's my prediction. Hopefully that continues. And the 49ers need help in the rest of the NFC West. You have the Cardinals and Seahawks playing. Hopefully the Cardinals can knock off the Seahawks. The Rams are playing the Bills. And so if the Bills take care of business against the Rams, even though it is at SoFi Stadium, we'll see if the 49ers can get back to within a game. But that's the prediction, 24-21. Catch us after the game for our instant reaction. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.